we will talk about the alarm in Jainson VFD safety circuit fault. Its appearance when there is a fault inside of the safety circuit, and fault code is E.SAF. When the line between S1 and SC or between S2 and SC is open. Okay, so please verify the jumper wire connect together at terminal S1, S2 and SC. Okay, and please connect a wire between S1, S2 and SC, so it will resolve this alarm. This alarm is happened because of this is the reason, that's why it's come.
There is an one error code of VFD error code. It's called ERET, retry count access. It means like when you are trying to do something inside of the VFD and you tried maximum number of counts. So in that case, it will show ERET. So retry count access. So in this case, we will discuss error description, checkpoints, and corrective actions, like how we can correct it, and what is the description of this error, and what all are the parameters for the checkpoints. So we all things will be discussed in this video. Let's start.
Yes. So what will be on the display? It will be on the display. It will display E.RET error fault code error code. If operations cannot be resumed properly within the number of retries set, this function trip the VFD. This function is available only when P.67 is set to value other than 0. When P67 is set to 0, this protective function does not function. P.67 is factory set to 3. So now if you don't want this error, you have to set in P67 0. When it will be set to 0, so it will not come to trip the VFD. Checkpoint find the cause of fault occurrence, like you have to check why it has happened, why you tried it multiple times. So from my side, it is just need to put 0 in P67 if you don't want occur this error again and again. So it will be helpful. एरर कोड है E03 जो डिस्प्ले पे डिस्प्ले होता है, ओवर करंट ट्रिप ड्यूरिंग डीएक्सीलेशन और स्टॉप. ठीक है, तो ये एरर कब आता है? जब हम मोटर को स्टॉप कर रहे होते हैं. ठीक है, तो इसके कई सारे रीजन हो सकते हैं, जैसे लाइक हमने जो डीएक्सीलेशन टाइम है, ठीक है, लाइक मोटर को जो स्टॉप कर रहे हैं हम, जो डीएक्सीलेट कर रहे हैं, वो हम बहुत जल्दी कर रहे हैं, लाइक इंस्टेंट रोक रहे हैं हम उसको. या तो जैसे सपोज दैट बड़ी मोटर है तो हम उसको 3 सेकंड 4 सेकंड में रोक ले रहे हैं, छोटी है तो 0.1 सेकंड में. ये हो सकता है, या फिर हो सकता है आउटपुट जो है वो शॉर्ट हो सकता है. ठीक है, या फिर ग्राउंड का फॉल्ट हो सकता है. ठीक है, और जो मोटर में मैकेनिकल ब्रेक अगर हमने लगा रखी है वो पहले एक्चुएट हो जा रही है, एक्टिवेट हो जा रही है, तो मतलब मोटर को वो फोर्सफुली स्टॉप कर दे रही है, बट वीएफडी से जो है वो लाइक वोल्टेज कंटिन्यू जनरेट हो रही है, इसकी वजह से भी ओवर करंट आ जाता है. या फिर जो हमारी मोटर है उस पर जो हमने साफ्ट वगैरह या मैकेनिकल जो भी सिस्टम लगा रखा है वो ज़्यादा हाई लगा रखा है. ठीक है, तो हमें क्या करना है? डीएक्सीलेशन टाइम बढ़ाना है, आउटपुट चेक करनी है. ठीक है, आउटपुट पे जो वायर्स हैं यूवीडब्ल्यू की जो मोटर पे गई हैं वायर्स प्रॉपर होनी चाहिए. जो मैकेनिकल ब्रेक है उसका चेक करना है कि वो पहले तो एक्टिवेट नहीं हो जा रहा है. ठीक है, और जो हमने मैकेनिज्म लगा रखा है, जैसे हमारा कन्वेयर बेल्ट हो गई या दूसरे जो भी मैकेनिज्म हैं, ठीक है, तो उनमें से कोई सा मैकेनिज्म ऐसा तो नहीं है कि जो मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा लोड क्रिएट कर. देयर इज़ वन error E.OC3 overcurrent trip during deacceleration stop or during stop. So what could be the reason? It is occurring when like motor is taking more than 200 current of like what we have set in the VFD. So like we have to check all the parameters of motor in VFD, all are fine. Second, we have to check we are not stopping VFD motor on sudden, so we have to increase deceleration time in the VFD. Third could be the reason, like VFD output UVW is not short and there is not ground fault. With the like neutral to earth voltage should be less than 1 volt. And third one, we have to check that there could be the one brake on output on motor, mechanical brake. So we have to check that also. It might be that like motor is stopping early from by brake, motor brake, mechanical brake. So we have to check that also, like when VFD frequency is 0, then motor mechanical brake should be activated. And third could be like we have to check mechanical environment like belt, conveyor, that is not too tight. है स्टॉल प्रिवेंटेशन स्टॉप, एरर कोड है E.OLT। ठीक है, तो जो डिस्प्ले पे दिखाई देगा E.OLT दिखाई देगा। तो ये क्या है, ये जब हमारी फ्रीक्वेंसी लाइक VFD की आउटपुट फ्रीक्वेंसी कुछ और है और जो मोटर की फ्रीक्वेंसी जो है वो कुछ और है, डिफरेंस आ रहा है दोनों फ्रीक्वेंसीज में, और ये डिफरेंस 3 सेकंड के लिए जाता है, तो उस केस में ये ट्रिप करता है। ठीक है, तो हमें क्या चेक करना है, लाइक जो हमारी मोटर है, मोटर पे जो हमने लोड दिया है, जो लोड दिया है वो ज़्यादा लोड दिया है। ठीक है, लाइक या फिर हमें जो पैरामीटर नंबर है P22 में सेटिंग चेक करनी है एक बार। ठीक है, तो ये मोस्ट ऑफ चांस में तभी ओकर होता है जब ओवरलोड ज़्यादा है मोटर की कैपेसिटी से। ठीक है, तो उस केस में ये क्रिएट हो जाता है। ठीक है, और ये कब, जब अगर हमने जैसे आउटपुट फेज लॉस जो है, ठीक है, अगर हमारा फेज लॉस है तो, और उस केस में ये प्रिवेंट नहीं होगा। ठीक है, तो उस केस में क्या होगा, सपोज दैट हमारा एक आउटपुट फेज मिसिंग है VFD से जो मोटर पे गया है, और उस केस में एक फ्रीक्वेंसी जो है वो लाइक मोटर की फ्रीक्वेंसी और VFD की फ्रीक्वेंसी में डिफरेंस आ रहा है, उस केस में ये एक्टिवेट नहीं होगा ये अलार्म। उस केस में सिर्फ आउटपुट फेज लॉस का अलार्म एक्टिवेट होगा। ठीक है, तो हमें क्या करना है, हमें मोटर का जो लोड है वो रिड्यूस करना है। ठीक है, उसको अंडर लोड में लेके आना है, ओवरलोड में। देर इज़ वन एरर कोड स्टॉल प्रिवेंशन स्टॉप, ओके, E.OLT। this error is occurring that time only when VFD frequency is showing different in VFD, but actually motor is rotating at very less speed, okay, and it is like for 3 second continue. Suppose that VFD is giving frequency of 30 hertz, but motor is running 27, 28 or 25, and it is continue for 3 seconds, and even it is motor is not accelerating condition in acceleration situation, that time it will activated. So reason is because of motor is like motor health is different and motor capacity is different, we are giving higher current, higher load to motor. So in that case we have to reduce weight of motor, that is the solution. And we have to check parameter number P.22 setting also, and we have to check the motor is capable for this application. Might be application is different and motor and VFD using regenerative overvoltage trip during acceleration। एरर कोड है E.OV1। एक्चुअली ये क्या होता है, जब ये ड्यूरिंग एक्सीलरेशन के केस में आता है, जैसे हमने VFD को ऑन किया, लाइक मोटर ऑन हुई, और जैसे ही मोटर ऑन होना शुरू होगी तो कुछ सर्ज वोल्टेज जनरेट होती है, जो हमारे जो इंटरनल सर्किट होता है, ठीक है, जो DC वोल्टेज होता है, DC सर्किट का वोल्टेज होता है, तो उसमें कुछ सर्ज वैल्यू या कुछ अनवांटेड वोल्टेज जनरेट हो जाती हैं, जिसकी वजह से जो हमारी PCB होती है उसके डैमेज होने के चांसेस होते हैं। ठीक है, तो अगर हमने ये एक्टिवेट कर रखा है, ये पैरा नंबर P.22 में होता है, अगर ये हमने एक्टिवेट किया हुआ है तो वो क्या काम करता है, VFD को ट्रिप करा देता है। सो लाइक अगर सपोज दैट हमारी लाइक जो पीसीबी है वो बर्नड हो, वो ख़राब हो जाए, उससे बेटर ये है कि ट्रिप हो जाए। तो ये उस केस में होता है। दूसरा क्या हो सकता है, जो हमने पी डॉट 22 नंबर पैरामीटर में बहुत लो वोल्टेज, लाइक बहुत स्मॉल वैल्यू सेट कर रखी है, उसका भी रीज़न हो सकता है। थर्ड वन रीज़न क्या हो सकता है, सपोज दैट हमारे पीसीबी के पावर सर्किट में प्रॉब्लम है, ठीक है। तो मोस्ट ऑफ चांसेस में इसमें क्या होता है, ये रिपेयर कराना पड़ता है हमें, ठीक है। तो उस केस में हमें क्या करना पड़ता है, या तो वीएफडी रिपेयर होगी या फिर न्यू वीएफडी रिप्लेस होगी, ठीक है। तो इसमें कोई सॉल्यूशन नहीं है। So there is one alarm code E.OV1 regenerative or voltage trip during acceleration. Actually, it is coming when we are starting to the motor. Like at the initial stage when motor is started and voltage will be supplied in the main circuit, power card and control card. So their main internal DC voltage will be reached above the specified value. Okay, so what will be happen in that case, VFD will trip. Okay, so here is some unwanted voltage also generating. So that's why that called surge voltage also. So that's why we have one PCB burning protection in the VFD. So that's why it is tripping. So we have to check at the P.22 parameter number also. There might be very low values set it. That's why it could be happen. So what we have to do in this case, we have to check this situation, or it might be required to repair. And in the most of chances it is happening, like we have to repair the VFD, or might be need to replace with new one VFD. एक एरर है E.OV2 रीजनरेटिव और वोल्टेज ट्रिप ड्यूरिंग कांस्टेंट स्पीड, ठीक है। तो ये एक्चुअल में होता क्या है, रीजनरेटिव ओवर वोल्टेज, लाइक जो वोल्टेज होता है वो इंटरनल सर्किट जो होता है इसमें जो डीसी का, उसमें वोल्टेज स्पेसिफिक वैल्यू से ज़्यादा एक्सीड हो जाती है, ठीक है। जो कि वीएफडी का जो प्रोटेक्टिव सर्किट होता है, जो कंट्रोल एंड पावर कार्ड में जो प्रोटेक्टिव सर्किट होता है वो एक्टिवेट हो जाता है, और वो स्टॉप कर देता है, लाइक जो वीएफडी होती है उसमें वो एरर जनरेट कर देता है और वीएफडी को स्टॉप कर देता है। तो एक्चुअल में होता क्या है, कुछ एक वोल्टेज होते हैं जो अनवांटेड वोल्टेज होते हैं, जैसे सर्ज वोल्टेज होता है, ठीक है। तो वो पावर सप्लाई सिस्टम में एक्टिवेट हो जाता है, ठीक है। लाइक जो पावर सप्लाई होती है वो उसमें एक सर्ज वोल्टेज आ जाता है, तो या स्पाइक्स होते हैं या फिर दूसरी अनवांटेड वोल्टेज होती हैं। तो वो जब जो हमारा पावर सर्किट या कंट्रोल सर्किट होता है उसमें जब वो जनरेट होने लगता है, तो उस केस में ये एरर एक्टिवेट होता है, ठीक है। या फिर जो हमने P.22 नंबर पैरामीटर है, इस पे हमने बहुत माइनर वैल्यू सेट की हुई है, तो हम एक बार इसको थोड़ा सा बढ़ा के देख लेंगे। दूसरा होता क्या है, इस केस में मोस्ट ऑफ टाइम लाइक वीएफडी का कार्ड रिपेयर कराना पड़ता है हमें, पावर कार्ड, कंट्रोल कार्ड, और हो सकता है नई वीएफडी परचेज करनी पड़े सेम एप्लीकेशन पे। तो मोस्ट ऑफ चांसेस यही होता है कि कार्ड रिप्लेस हो और अदरवाइज नई वीएफडी लगे। So here is one error E.OV2 regenerative or voltage trip during constant speed. Actually, it is happening when VFD is running continuously from last few time, few minutes, few hours, and might be few days, month, year. So after that, it is suddenly occurring E.OV2, and it is coming because of there is some unwanted voltage actually, DC voltage from the specific value. That's why VFD circuit like protective terms are getting activated. That's why VFD stop to giving output to motor, and it is could be because of surge voltage, because of some spikes, some unwanted voltage. So what we have to do, first we have to check that parameter number P.2020, there should not be very small value. So we have to check that. And second one, it might be like issue, so in that case we have to repair power and control card. And the second chance is like to replace new VFD. Most of एक एरर कोड है E03 रिजनरेटिव ओवर वोल्टेज ट्रिप ड्यूरिंग डीएक्सेलेशन और स्टॉप। मतलब जो लाइक रिजनरेटिव ओवर वोल्टेज हो जा रहा है जब हम लाइक या तो डीएक्सेलेशन हो रहा है तब, या फिर हम स्टॉप कर रहे हैं उस केस में। तो ये इसका रीज़न क्या होता है, जो हमारे कंट्रोल कार्ड और पावर कार्ड होते हैं वीएफडी में, तो उसमें कुछ अनवांटेड वोल्टेज जनरेट हो जाते हैं, ठीक है, या फिर डीसी जो है वो ओवर वोल्टेज हो जाती है, ठीक है। तो उस केस में जो कंट्रोल कार्ड का प्रोटेक्टिव सर्किट होता है वो एक्टिवेट हो जाता है और वीएफडी को स्टॉप कर देता है, एरर जनरेट कर देता है। तो इसमें जो अनवांटेड वोल्टेज होते हैं वो लाइक सर्ज वोल्टेज हो सकती है, या फिर स्पाइक्स हो सकते हैं, या कोई भी दूसरा वोल्टेज हो सकता है जो हमारी जो पीसीबी और सर्किट होता है उसको बर्न कर देता है, ठीक है। तो हम उसको प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए हम ये एरर जनरेट किया जाता है ताकि हमारी वीएफडी सेफ रहे। तो अगर ये आ रहा है जब हम लोगों ने लाइक वीएफडी पहले से कंटिन्यू ठीक ठाक चल रहा था और सडनली ये एरर आने लगा है, तो इसका मतलब वीएफडी का जो पावर कार्ड है उसमें कुछ इशू है, ठीक है। तो उस केस में हमें एक तो ये करके देखना है पहले, लाइक जो डीएक्सेलेरेशन टाइम है उसको बढ़ा के देख लेना है, काफ़ी बढ़ा लेना है, ठीक है। और दूसरा क्या है, अगर हम उसको सडन स्टॉप कर रहे हैं उसको रोकना है। और अगर हमारा कोई भी इनमें से कोई सा भी कंडीशन नहीं है और ये फिर भी कंटिन्यू आ रहा है, तो इट्स मीन्स जो लाइक वीएफडी का here is one error code E.OV3 regenerative or voltage trip during deacceleration or stop. Actually, it is happening like when DC voltage is increased in the DC circuit, or it could be because of some surge voltage, some spikes, and some unwanted voltage. So what is the happening when DC voltage is over or surge and like unwanted voltage is there inside of power card of VFD? So it might happen that power card could be burnt. So that's why power card protective circuit is activated, and that is what doing, creating one alarm and stopping to the VFD. Okay, so to resolve this, we like manufacturer create this error. So first we have to increase the deacceleration time. We have to increase because of it will take time to stop. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to increase deacceleration time to resolve this. And if it was working fine and suddenly it is happening, it's mean there is some issue with power card. In that case we have to repair power card or we have to replace the VFD. This is solution. In Jainson VFD, there is an error E.THM motor overload trip. It means electronic thermal relays function. In this electronic thermal relay function, in the VFD detect motor overheat due to overload or reduce cooling capacity during the constant speed operation. And pre-alarm is output when integrated value reach 85% of the P.9 setting parameter setting. The protection circuit is activated to stop the VFD output when the integrated value reach specified value. When running a special motor such as multi-pole motor or multiple motor, provide the thermal relay on the VFD output side, since such motor cannot be protected by electronic thermal relay function. In that case, please check motor for use underloaded, and please check the stall preventive operation setting is correct, reduce the load, check the stall prevention operation setting that all are correct. With this you will resolve this issue. Talk about drive overload trip. Okay, it's an electronic thermal relay function. Okay, its trip when drive is on overload. Error code is E.tht. If the temperature of the input thyristor element exceeds the protection level under the condition that current not less than rated VFD current flow and overcurrent trip does not occur 200% or less, then electronic thermal relay activate to stop the VFD output. It means we have some certain limits of the current, and it's receive data from by the CTs to VFD controller, man controller, and it. So for this we need to check few things. We need to check acceleration and deceleration time. That should not be very less. Okay, and we need to check the torque boost setting. Okay, it should not be too large or small. Okay, check the motor for use under overload. Okay, if there could be the reason motor shaft could be it could taking jerk and it could some stuck somewhere, so we need to check that also. And we need to check the air temperature also nearby. Okay, so to resolve all these things we need to do few things. First, increase acceleration and deceleration time, and adjust torque boost. And third one is need to reduce the weight. Okay, it could be there could be one conveyor belt and other things. Might be belt is too much tight what is connected to the motor. And need to check the ambient temperature, that should be normal, it should not be too much high. So these few reasons could be to make this alarm, and it's generated at that time only. If still you don't have resolved the issue by checking these things, please may write a mail to us, and we will help you. And if you need required some new VFD, then also you can come to us. There is one error code, ER2, error code 2. Okay, it's happened when the parameter write was performed during the operation with P.77 set, other than writing enable independently of the operation status in any operation mode. And SD terminal is connected to either STF or STR terminal. So need to check please P.77 setting and check the VFD is not operating properly. And you can do the set that P77 to after operating and stopping this operation. You can set this error, so it will be resolved after this. One error code ER.3. Okay, it means analog input bias and gain calibration setting are too close. So you need to check C3, C4, C6 and C7 setting. When you will check these settings, so you will go to what is the actual reason and why it is coming. So for this it is just related to analog calibration settings, and when you will check, so it will comes to you what is the actual reason for this. Mode designation error, error code is ER4, appears if a parameter setting is attempted in external or NET operation mode with P77 set to other than 2. Appears if parameter setting is attempted when the command source is not at operation panel. So what is need to check? Check the operation mode is PU operation mode. Normally it comes because of when you have selected other mode than PU. Okay, so you need to check parameter number P77 and set to. After setting the operation mode to PU operation mode, first set to the PU operation mode and then set P77, and at this you have to set 2. So it is normally it occurs because of mode designation, like you have changed it in different mode. So you need to check these two parameters. If these parameters are okay, then this error will be stopped. It will not come again. So you have to check and you have to work on this also. VFD reset. Error code is ERR. Okay, it's execute when we reset the VFD. When we give the command from the communication or display unit, that time when it is getting reset, only that time it comes error. Okay, and if we want to resolve this, we have to check if it is coming continue. We have to check if it is coming continuously reset command either from any digital input output or at another place. So we have to check that. If that is corrected, at that time this error will be resolved, so it will not come again. So for this you have to do this task only to resolve this error. FN, it means fan alarm. This happens when fan is not working of the VFD. So you need to check inside of the VFD that fan is working properly. And if it is not working, then you need to check and remove the fan and check where fan is connecting and power on the VFD. So you can check with the multimeter. There is 24 volt DC, either 230 volt AC. You have to check if voltage is coming, it means your fan is faulty. So you can replace the fan. And other for the temporary purpose, what you can do, you can use one external fan at this place. If you will use external fan at that time, this alarm will be resolved. Okay, and normally it's occurs when temperature is higher than the limits, and it happens because of the fan. So normally it occurs that, and sometimes in the some of the VFDs we have the proper feedback of the fan. If fan is faulty, then VFD will get one alarm of the fan. So in that case you need to repair the VFD, and if there is not that feedback, in that case you just have to maintain the temperature. And if you are not in immediate situation for repair the fan, so you can use one external fan, and which will give proper cooling to the VFD. By this we can resolve this alarm. Is OL, overcurrent. It's stall prevention alarm. Okay, it occurs when current is more than set parameter of the your motor. Like when you have set your motor parameters in P2022, P22, and if your VFD is your motor is taking more current than set the parameter in P2022, in that case this alarm will occur and VFD will trip and it will show OL. When the overload current has reduced blow stall prevention level, its functions increase the frequency again. Like if suppose that there is one alarm and OL, and you reset that VFD, and you see and after that you start, so it will start again, and it is not like again the same current will go, because of there are too many factors behind this alarm. So you need to when the output current VFD exceed stall prevention level, this function reduce frequency still overload current decrease to prevent VFD resulting overcurrent trip. When overload current has reduced low stall prevention, the function increase the frequency and it will start it again. So when the output current is it is here could be the few condition when it's happening when VFD is getting start, like if it is taking acceleration. Okay, that case also VFD could give this alarm well. So there could be some factors. One, you have set ramp up time very short ramp up time, that also could be the reason. And during the deceleration, that time also it could occur. If you have given very quick deceleration time, that time also could happen. Okay, So you need to check few parameters. Check parameter P0, setting is not too large. Check parameter 7 and 8 are not too small. These are acceleration and de-acceleration. Check that load is not too heavy. Sometimes you have set acceleration and de-acceleration time, both time correct and properly, but load on the motor, like there is one conveyor belt or one gear system and other things, that could be very heavy, that could be stuck. So you need to check your belt, conveyor belt on the motor, or what mechanism you are using, that also could be stuck. This also could be reason. And so third reason is like your motor is high than rated, or your motor is overloaded with the load. This also could be the reason. So you need to check these things, and if you have checked acceleration is proper, de-acceleration is proper, and your motor is not stopped when you are doing free to motor from your conveyor belt or whatever you are using, when you're doing this you are removing from that also, and in that case also the same alarm is coming. It could be the reason inside of the VFD there are some CT current transformers which are giving feedback to the controller about the current. That also could be damage. So in that case you have to check that also. And if you will check that, might be you will get the reason why it is happening. So with these things you can resolve these alarms if you have follows these all steps what I have told. If you follow all steps, definitely you will get the solution. If not, then you have to call manufacturer either or mail ID for repair this. And if you are in Delhi NCR, then we can support on it. That's called over voltage. Okay, and error code is OL. It's called preventive alarm. During deacceleration, if regenerative energy of motor because of excessive to exceed the regenerative energy consumption capacity, this function stops. Decrease in frequency to preventive or voltage trip. As soon as regenerative energy has reduced, deacceleration resume. So this is the basic problem when we do the immediate stop. At that time, when we do the immediate stop, that time this error occurs over voltage. Normally it's excessive to exit, it's become motor becomes excessive to exit, and that time it's generate energy, and it's comes to the over voltage in the DC form. So for that we have some of the resistance breaker. So what we use in the VFD at if our application is like that, we use the resistance breaker, and that connect DC plus and minus in the VFD, and when we give the immediate stop, that voltage discharge through that resistance breaker. Okay, and with that, so in that case it is this alarm did not come. If you are using this kind of application where it is required to immediate stop from a from a like frequency 40 to 30, and we need to stop it within 1 second or less than 1 second, so in that case you need to use that application. Otherwise, if your application is normal, you can increase the time of de-acceleration parameter number PR8. So with that you can resolve this alarm, and or you can use your resistance breaker. And if you are still confused, you can contact us, and if you need new VFD, you can contact PU stop. Okay, it's come when VFD is stopped with stop and reset button of the PU, means display, which is set in P75. It is set in P75 parameter. So this error come when you stop PU reset, or stop PU, yeah, reset PU, or PU exit button. Okay, turn to start this signal again, PU exit button. So these are this is the reason why this error comes. So it will help you to resolve this or understand what is this actually. Error code is SA, safety stop. It appears when safety stop function is activated during output shut off. So it's normally do the setting when we do the programming of the VFD. Okay, there are some jumper connected S1, S2 and SC. If any jumper is released, might be like programmer has used these three jumpers from the field, any emergency stop button and any interlocking stop button in the field when he did the programming. So there could be these reasons where he has used. So you just need to check continuity between SC and S1, SC and S2. Okay, if this continuity is working, is coming with the multimeter properly, or any instrument by which you can check this continuity, if it is coming properly, in that case there could be the problem in the connector of this terminal block, or might be that IO card could be damaged inside where these input outputs are connected, and that could be the internally. In that case you need to repair. Or if continuity is not coming from the field, it means you need to check the where is the outside, what is the issue and problem, and you have to work on that if your VFD is okay and working properly. I think this will help you to resolve how you can resolve this error and issue. So I think it will be enough for you if you will do this. Electronic thermal relay function pre-alarm, it's TH. So in the VFD there is a thermal relay. Okay, it appears cumulative value of the P9 reach exceed 85% of present level. If reach 100% P9 setting, a motor overload trip, ETG THM of course. So we need to check there is not large load or sudden acceleration, and we need to check P9 setting is properly, and we can reduce the frequency, we can reduce the load of the operation, and we can set the proper setter parameters in P9. Okay, and it will help if we will follow these few steps. It will help to resolve this error. Error code UV, it's under voltage alarm. When it occurs, what happened? VFD trip with this alarm, and power is stable. When DC is generated properly, in that case, it's again start. What happened at the input supply? There could be very low voltage what is required to the VFD, and in that case there could be few problems. Motor will not get torque, and second there could be heat inside of the VFD. So to resolve this we need to provide one stable power supply. So what happened when VFD convert AC to rectifier section convert AC to DC, and then DC to AC. When there is not a DC power supply properly in after rectifier section, in that case it's this alarm occurs. So you need to check all three phases are properly connected, they are not loose. If it could be the reason. And second, you can check input power supply that is properly stable. And third, there could be the problem into the measurement section of the VFD. If suppose that there is properly input voltage, and still it is not measuring proper, so this also could be the reason, and because of this also could show this alarm. So to resolve this alarm you can check all these things what I tell you, and hope so with these activities your problem will be resolved. And at the end, if these are not the problems, you have checked input supply also, you have checked the connections also are properly connected, and still problem is solved, still problem is same, so you can contact to for the repairing, and after repairing this VFD could work. One error code ER.1. When we attempt to make parameter setting, when P77 is disabled to set disable parameter right. So it's happened when we do the disable parameter writing parameters. In that case, it occurs. Frequency jump parameter, setting range overload overlapping. Okay. PU and VFD cannot make normal communication. So to resolve this, you need to check P77 parameter, and then check the setting of P31 and P36, and check the connections. PU means display, and between the BFD, and if it is properly. So normally it occurs when these situations happens, normally when we disable the parameter writing parameter, only that time it happens. So it is kind of protection. When protections work, then only it occurs. One error code HOLD. It is on the VFD display. You can see this hold error code. It means like operation is in lock mode is set. Okay, and or operation is other than stop, and reset is invalid. So if you want to resolve this, you can press mode button for the 2 second to release this lock. When you will press this for the 2 second or more than 2 second, it will be resolved, like this hold is will be released this mode, and your VFD will be set to operational mode. So this could be like hold because of your team and because of any other person. If you will press this mode button, so it will release and it will start working. This is the one normal problem, LOCD. Okay, it means password function is activated. It is to protect your program parameters from that person who is not authorized to work on the VFD. So normally when you do the programming, and you set the parameter at P297, there is one password. When you will enter the right password, so this will be opened. This you will be able to do the programming. And if you want to start working again inside of this VFD, you need to contact that person who set the parameter, who set this parameter, who did this programming. And might be he would be remembering that what was the programming inside of the VFD. And second thing you can do, you can contact to VFD manufacturer. They could help you on this if you don't have remember the password. Normally people remember the password. When you will do programming, you will remember, you will note somewhere, and you have to check each and everything everywhere, like what happens, where are your parameters, like password, what do you put inside of the parameter P297. So you can check, and hope so you can resolve this log problem. If you do not get the solution, you can contact us on your mail. AIE, this is the code of alarm what will be displayed on the panel. Okay, appears if voltage current is input to terminal 4 when the setting in P.267 and the setting of the voltage current input switched are different. See, at the input voltage, analog input, like we are like doing some settings, like how our input voltage will be. Okay, so what we did like we have setted like their voltage. Okay, and we are giving current, or we are have setted their current, but we are like giving as a analog input voltage. Okay, means selected is voltage, we are giving current, or selected is current, we are giving voltage. So in this case only this kind of error is occurring. Okay, so what we have to do, there are two solutions. One, we have to change our sensor input, or second, we have to do change in the setting. Suppose that if there is like p.267 parameter number, in the parameter number 267, if there is current setted, so we have to change it in the voltage. If there is setted voltage, so we have to change in the current only. So by this only it will be resolved. For this like any kind of repairing is not required. If we will do this kind of for like activities only, this problem will be resolved. E.BE, brake resistor alarm detections. Actually, this alarm detected when like there is too energy from the motor. Okay, so we are using brake resistor in our motor when we are stopping VFD quickly. In that case, there is some DC voltage, so we are doing discharge to that voltage. Okay, so for that we are using brake resistor in VFD. So what is the happening, there is we are stopping VFD quickly, so there is some DC voltage, we have to reduce that. So for that we are using brake resistor. Okay, so what is the solution, we have to reduce the load inertia, or we have to replace the VFD in this case. So for that, most of time it will be like resolved using reducing the load inertia, or sometimes it is required to replace the VFD. This alarm is most of time like resolving this alarm, uh, reducing the load inertia. Or we have to check our brake resistors also, are they fine? If that is fine, in that case is required to reduce the load inertia. E.fin, heatsink overheated. So in the VFD there is one heatsink. Okay, so what heating is generated by VFD internal cards like power cards and control cards. So for that we are using one heatsink that will reduce that heating energy. Okay, so inside temperature will be maintained. Okay, so what is the happening that there is like what is there we have set one temperature value, so above that 85% like heating is there. Okay, right now, so what we have to do in this case, there could be the some reasons. One, like fan is not working properly. Okay, so heatsink also might be most too dusty, so we have to use blower fan cleaning inside of the VFD. And there could be one more reason, their environment could be like overheating environment, like your VFD is like you have placed that in inside of that environment, there is too much heating. Okay, so in this case what we have to do, if there is fan is faulty, we have to like replace the fan, or we have to repair that fan. Okay, and if heatsink is too dusty, so we have to do one thing, we have to use blower cleaning, we have to clean properly to that blower. And one more reason could be there, like temperature sensor could be like not working or giving wrong value. So in this case there is required to repairing of the VFD. And like if we will see that fan is not working, we can use like external fan to cooling of the VFD from inside. So this type of few steps we are having. If we will first we will check what is the issue, and second we have to do this task, like replacement of the fan, cleaning of the inside of the VFD, and we have to change the environment also. Like if there is too much temperature outside in the environment, so it will increase VFD temperature also internally. Heatsink also will not work. Okay, so we can resolve like this. Alarm in the current limit circuit fault. So on the display it will show E.IOH. Description is this function is activated when the resistor of the induced current limit circuit overheat. Okay, so check the frequent power on off is not repeated. Configure the circuit where frequent power on off is not repeated. If the problem is still present, taking above measure, please contact to your sales representative. It means like it is happening most of time when there is frequently power on and off. Okay, so in that case it is occurring most of time. So for this kind of problem we have to do one thing. We have to like resolve that checkpoint where it is continuously power fluctuation, and might be loose connection in at the input terminal L1, L2, L3 or RYB. Might be this reason of this. So we have to fix both the things, and it will resolve. Okay, so I think it will be resolved by doing this only. एरर कोड है E.O.C.1 ओवर करंट ट्रिप ड्यूरिंग एक्सेलेरेशन. मतलब जब हमारी मोटर स्टार्ट हो रही है उस टाइम पे ओवर करंट आ जा रहा है. इसका रीज़न ये होता है जितना हमने करंट सेट किया हुआ है उससे 200% ज़्यादा रेटेड करंट चला गया है मोटर को स्टार्ट होने में, लाइक रन होने में. तो इसके कई सारे रीज़न हो सकते हैं. पहला रीज़न हो सकता है सडन एक्सेलेरेशन. मतलब हमने जो एक्सेलेरेशन टाइम है वो 1 सेकेंड लेस देन 1 सेकेंड डाल रखा है या फिर 2 सेकेंड ही डाल रखा है, तो उसकी वजह से भी होता है कि मोटर एकदम से फुल स्पीड पे पहुंच जाए. ठीक है. दूसरा रीज़न क्या हो सकता है इसका, दूसरा आउटपुट शॉर्ट हो सकती है हमारी. तीसरा रीज़न ये हो सकता है कि हमारी जो मोटर है वो 50 हर्ट्ज़ के लिए डिज़ाइन है, बट एक्चुअल में हमने करंट 60 हर्ट्ज़ सेट किया, सॉरी फ्रीक्वेंसी 60 हर्ट्ज़ सेट की हुई है. तो ये भी रीज़न हो सकता है. तो हमें क्या क्या चेक करना है, एक तो हमें जो हमारा एक्सेलेरेशन टाइम है उसको इंक्रीज़ करना है. दूसरा हमें ये करना है कि जो हमारा लाइक रेटेड करंट है वो हमने सही भी डाल रखा है नहीं, मोटर के पैरामीटर मैच कराने हैं. तीसरा क्या करना है, हमें आउटपुट चेक करनी है कि ऐसा तो नहीं है जो हमारे आउटपुट है वो आपस में शॉर्ट हो रही हो. ठीक है. तो या फिर P3 पैरामीटर में जाके हमें फ्रीक्वेंसी सेट करनी है जो मोटर की रेटेड फ्रीक्वेंसी है, जो मोटर की नेम प्लेट पे फ्रीक्वेंसी लगी रेटेड है, हमें वही फ्रीक्वेंसी सेट करनी है. तो ये 3-4 चीज़ें हम चेक करेंगे तो उससे होप्सो ये प्रॉब्लम रिजॉल्व हो जाएगी. ठीक है. अगर रिजॉल्व नहीं हो रही है तो आप मुझे मेल लिख सकते हैं. VFD error code is E.O.C1 overcurrent trip during acceleration. So what is the reason when motor is starting from 0 hertz to 50 hertz or maximum hertz of frequency, then this error is occurring. So reason is like motor is taking 200 times more current than we have set it. So here could be the more reasons. We have set very low acceleration time, like we have set it very low acceleration time like 1 second, 2 second. Second could be output could be short circuit, might be output will be short, this also could be reason. And third one reason could be like motor rated current is frequency is 50 hertz but we have set 60 hertz. This also could be the reason. So we have to check three things. Once we have to increase acceleration time. Second, we have to check output wirings, so there should not be any short circuit. Third, we have to check P3 parameter, their frequency should be set actual what is in the motor nameplate. So if we will do all three things, hopefully we will get solution. Error code है E.O.C2 overcurrent ट्रिप ड्यूरिंग कांस्टेंट स्पीड. मतलब जो VFD है हमारी वो नॉर्मली चल रही है, उस दौरान ओवर करंट आ जा रहा है. ठीक है. तो ये इसके कई सारे रीज़न हो सकते हैं. ऐसा हो सकता है कि आपकी VFD पहले से बिल्कुल सही चल रही थी. ठीक है, और सडनली ओवर करंट आने लगा, इस पर ओवर करंट ट्रिप आने लगा। तो इसके कई सारे रीजन हो सकते हैं, ठीक है। तो अगर आपका पहले से वीएफडी सही चल रहा था और ओवर करंट आ रहा है, या फिर आप नया इंस्टॉलेशन कर रहे हो तब ओवर करंट आ रहा है, तो उसके कई सारे रीजन हो सकते हैं। एक तो ये हो सकता है कि सडनली लोड चेंज हो जा रहा है बीच में, जैसे सपोज दैट आपकी मोटर है वो कहीं, या उसकी मोटर की शाफ्ट है वो कहीं, या कोई बेल्ट है वो सडनली बीच बीच में ना ओवरलोड आ जाता है उस पर, मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा लोड आ जाता है, उसकी वजह से हो सकता है। दूसरा रीज़न क्या हो सकता है, आउटपुट हमारा जो है वो शॉर्ट हो सकता है कहीं से, जो वीएफडी से निकल के मोटर तक आउटपुट गई है वो कहीं शॉर्ट हो सकता है, ठीक है। तीसरा क्या हो सकता है, द स्टाल प्रिवेंटिव ऑपरेशन लेवल इज सेट टू हाई, ठीक है। तो जो ऑपरेशन है, ऑपरेशन लेवल है, जो हमने लाइक कोई कन्वेयर है हमारी, या बेल्ट है, या कोई हमारा गियर बॉक्स है, वो लाइक हमने बहुत ज़्यादा टाइट कर दिया है, बहुत ज़्यादा टाइट हो गया है, उसका रीज़न ये भी हो सकता है, ठीक है। तो अगर आपका इस तरीके से आ रहा है, और ये तभी होता है जैसे हमारी वीएफडी है वो, जो हमारा मोटर है, मोटर का जो हमने हमारा सेट करंट है उससे 200% ज़्यादा करंट ले रहा है ये उस केस में आता है। तो आपको ये 3-4 कंडीशंस चेक करनी है, और अगर आप इसको चेक कर लेंगे तो प्रॉब्लम रिजॉल्व हो जाएगी। There is one error code E.OC2 overcurrent trip during constant speed. So this is because of like when one motor is running continuously and suddenly current is increased by 200%, which we have set on in VFD of the motor. Okay, so like here could be the few reasons. One, there one sudden load is increased, like we have some gearbox, motor, chain, might be anything. So in between suddenly load is changing. First reason could be this. Second reason could be like we have to check output of the VFD, from VFD to motor. We have to check all outputs. And third one is like we have like very tight like chain, gearbox, or belt, whatever we have on with the or motor, that is very tight, it also could be the reason. So we have to check all 3 and 4 parameters. If all is fine and then still it is occurring, it then there would be chances because of like short circuit, or power card of the VFD is damaged. आउटपुट फेज लॉस, तो एरर कोड है ELF। तो इसमें क्या होता है, जो VFD से मोटर पे कुछ वायर्स गई हैं, तो उनमें से कोई वायर जो है UVW, कोई एक वायर लूज हो गया है। तो हमें इस केस में क्या करना है, हमें पहले जो हमारा VFD है उसकी जो आउटपुट की UVW 3 वायर है, तीनों वायर्स को पूरा प्रॉपर चेक करना है कि कहाँ से बीच में तो कहीं ब्रेक नहीं है। हो सकता है VFD पे कनेक्शन लूज हो या मोटर एंड पे कनेक्शन लूज हो, तो हमें उसको चेक करना है। और अगर हमने चेक कर लिया है कि कनेक्शन लाइक वायर जो है वो पूरा प्रॉपर है स्टार्टिंग से लेके एंड तक, तो उसके बाद हमें देखना है कि जो VFD में टर्मिनल्स होते हैं, जो पावर टर्मिनल्स होते हैं, तो हो सकता है वो टर्मिनल कहीं पे लूज हो, उसकी वजह से भी हो सकता है। तो अगर हम इसको पूरा इस तरीके से चेक करेंगे तो माइट बी प्रॉब्लम विल बी रिजॉल्व। तो इसका जो मोस्ट ऑफ चांसेस है वो यही है। और अगर सब कुछ प्रॉपर है और फिर भी ये इशू आ रहा है, तो अब एक बारी जो सप्लायर है उससे कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं, या फिर हमें मेल कर सकते हैं, हम आपको नई VFD दिलवा सकते हैं। Output phase loss, so at the display it will show ELF. So what is this actually error? This error is like UVW 3 wires are going from VFD output terminal to motor, so any one phase is missing in between. So we have to check that all connections are proper. We have to check the VFD and also all terminals. We have to check at the motor and also all terminals. If we have checked all terminals that are proper, so we have to check the wire also. It might be loose or broken in between, so we have to check the wire from motor end to VFD end to till to motor end. So it will be broken in between. First we have to check that. And if we have seen that all wires are proper and connections are proper, so it would be that like connectors where we are connecting the cable, that may be loose, or inside of the motor that connection could be loose and could be broken. So if that also is not problem resolving the problem, so you can contact to your supplier to replace or repair VFD fault. Okay. uh, E05, this is like at the operation display it will show like E05 or E.CPU. Description: stop the VFD output if communication fault of built-in CPU occurs. Okay, so check the device producing external noise around the VFD. Okay, take measure against noise. If there are device producing excessive electrical noise around VFD, so contact like if this error is occurring, so in that case we have to contact with the like Johnson control manufacturer only. This kind of case is required to be repair of the card, and they will measure that how it is creating electrical noise nearby the VFD.